need that. I'm gonna need that.
You got your host Cleve here. What it do? What it do, Gator? How you doing? It's going good. Played up to Mandalorian for like 5 hours today. And I gotta say, Mike, hands down, I like the cowboy space type stuff they got going on. Wait, no. It's just a lovable character, and then the journey is not a Jedi. The journey is him becoming an actual Mandalorian. I don't know, it's cool. I like what they're doing with it. So I had a real lazy day. It's been time to get it. Working on some merch. Just what's happening, folks. You know what? Gators? Welcome to the podcast.
It's like two Clevelands. I like it. Third coast.
Check. One. And we live.
Damn it, Greg.
Oh, man.
Damn you. Damn you, Greg. You motherfucker.
Man, that sounds good, Greg. I ain't even gonna lie. You might have to send us that mix. That might be some new intro right there.
I'm buying that motherfucker
spicy
Christmas
on those
card.
mixes.
Dude, why not? So, all right. So this is what we do. We are podcasters. I don't know if anyone listens to podcasts or have a reason to listen to a podcast, but you're about to be fucking front row seat. So y'all can sit where y'all are. Y'all can come up here with us. Sit at front row seat tickets. You might get some free shit. Oh, there's free shit over there. But thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Chuck, for having us. Dmac, shout out Dmac.
Yeah, shout out Dmac.
This is like a mecca thing to us, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a milestone for sure, to say the least.
Yeah, who would have thought that we would have ended up in New Orleans?
I think they fucked up. Y'all let like three degenerates fucking from central Louisiana into a bar. Like we have no reason. We have no place to be here. We're bad people. We do pay taxes though. So yeah, like we are good people. We do.
Ain't this your dream though, Kobi? Finally doing a podcast in a bar. I know we talked about it 100 times, but we're in a bar. You have free range.
Were we high? Because it seems like a terrible idea. I mean, this is fun. This is nice. This is lovely, and a big shout out our brother Chuck for setting this up for us and always pushing us and getting us in the right, steering us in the right direction. And without him, I feel like we would be pretty much left in the darkness to our own devices.
Hey, don't talk about Oakdale like that. Oakdale's a beautiful city. It ain't that dark.
I mean, there is some things good about Oakdale.
Oh, good God, you handsome devil, you. I'm going to kiss you on the fucking face. I'm going to do it. I'm coming. I'm coming for you, baby. All right, so with this being our big 200 episode.
Yes, big old 200.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of where it all began and started. It's going to be a little short, sweet, little fairy tale story of our upbringing. Let's just get it in there because we have something coming up that's really big to us aside from just this podcast. So first episode wasn't even us.
Nope.
No, it wasn't.
We were not even. It was a big shout out to Terrence. Terrence created the podcast.
Love you,
and we
Terrence.
kept it going. And yeah, I wasn't even a part of the show when the first episode came out.
Yeah, he had asked me, like, in the beginning of him even creating the podcast, he and I had sat down, we set up microphones. He had basically done a podcast with me, and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, but I had suggested that he would go to you guys, because, Jacoby, you're, like, more of the talkative person. With Joe, y'all are good with the sports and things, so... just like when it all happened, like the first episode, I wasn't even a part of it. I didn't come on until like episode 5.
I feel like Terrence settled just because I lived next door to him and he didn't want to go down it by himself. Like, dude, I need somebody. And fuck, Jacoby lives next door. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing shit anyway. And because like the whole podcast was supposed to be just generally a hip hop review and sports. Well, I don't know shit about sports, and my knowledge of hip hop is very limited. And we tried that out for, I think, my first episode, episode 3. Check it out, Spotify. Give us $1 and you can listen to it. You know, it's not that you can listen to the recent ones, but like the old ones, you got to give us $1. You know, it's just a fucking $1. But yeah, the podcast has evolved in such ways because it was first Terrence. He's the podfather to us. And he had introduced me on episode 3, Fuck It Up. And then I was like, man, we need more to this. And I think Joe is such a better shit talker than I could ever be.
What it do, Gators?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say that.
Yeah, he's like the biggest asshole.
Spicy Ranch playing. Yeah. But it's been itching me since I woke up this morning. I was ready to say it. Hopefully I gave it a nice,
I think you did well.
Oh, thank you.
But
good job. Good
Joe's first episode was episode 8, Beer Me Bro.
Yep.
But that wasn't the episode that we tried snake venom.
No, we tried the world's strongest beer on episode 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
that archive up there.
If you ever heard of snake venom, don't drink it. It tastes like fucking wood alcohol. It's not worth. It's like $12. No, it's about $50 for a 12-ounce bottle.
No, it was $100, and you got to get it.
Never mind.
You got to get it shipped from Germany over into the United States.
Don't do it.
And it took us 3 days to drink it, and it was like, we're going to drink this $100 12-ounce beer. We had to.
Yeah, we got fucked up. You had to cut it with water.
It was
the fuck
bad.
Kind of shit you got to cut with water.
Don't
poison like fuck.
10 out of 10. Do not recommend snake venom for anybody. That is definitely not an avenue that you should go down financially or just for your liver's sake.
And then, so we have the newest edition of Third Coast right here. So Cleveland's been a part of the Third Coast family for years now. He's been on reoccurring episodes, but middle of last year, since I started my new career, we had asked Cleveland to jump on in because what else do you have better to do than be a part of a fucking podcast? So,
162, you became a host, right?
Yeah,
I believe
into deep water.
Yeah, into deep water.
Yeah, we're in deep water. We're in deep shit. I love this person too. See, I got men to kiss tonight. You gorgeous human, you.
But
I love you, Donnie.
Shout
out, Donnie. But also with we're off course kilter here real quick. To also, like I said, shout out to Chuck, shout out to Spicy. We also have Larry's Lounge coming up later this evening with Holly Rock as well. So that's something to look forward to, most definitely. And this is Dmac's first podcast.
You're leaving out Zane. Big shout out Zane over there.
Yeah, we got our sound engineer here with us. Everybody, that's Zane, the handsome fellow right there. Yeah, he's another one who fucked up by opening his mouth and attaching himself to this whole fucking ring of fire. So it's thank you for being a good person. This whole evening is about being a better person, I feel like. So we're going to powwow after this. We're going to hug it out, each and every one of us. You're first. So
definitely.
Yeah. So with what we do, everyone always asks, well, what's y'all's podcast about? I couldn't really fucking tell you.
I got an answer for that.
Okay. Go ahead.
So when someone asks me, hey, Joe, what's your podcast about? The first thing I tell them is like, what's the podcast not about? We don't talk politics, any, controversial topics. We stick it to lizard people, maybe, in the Antarctica.
Shout out episode 78, lizard people.
Or NSA spy hubs, or just talk to each other, and we interview artists. We have Artist of the Week on each one of our episodes, which, I'm proud to say that we've had almost 100 different artists throughout 200 episodes, and our episodes don't include artist interviews. So, and big shout out to Mr. Randy Jackson of Zebra.
We just hit
recently.
50,000 listeners over 32 countries.
32 different countries.
And
yes,
I
sir.
said, like, I got to send
over
Christmas
50K.
cards to all these people for actually finding us, because like I would never listen to this bullshit. And it's weird that once you start going down this road and you don't stop, and you're like, fuck, we got results. Why
got
or how the
responsibilities.
fuck we got results?
Hey, it's the grind work though, but it's fun though because you meet a whole bunch of different people and get to talk to different people and see their artwork, and they see your artwork too. So it's always fun, in my opinion.
I also feel that it opens up a lot of opportunities for other people too, because
Definitely.
of just like what we all started the podcast about. Like, I feel like whenever we first started it, when Terrence brought the idea, it was just like a way for us to hang out. And then, you know, being that it was driven off of sports and music mostly, you know, that connected us with a lot of different artists as well, and getting them the exposure as well. As long as we're putting out different content as well, different topics, different things that either people may suggest or that we may have like in between us that we may even want to talk about. So yeah, that's pretty cool that we're here on a stage in New Orleans, you know, with you
In
lovely people
New
out there. And
Orleans
thank you
at
guys
Dmac,
for being
guys.
a part of this big moment for us.
This is
episode
momentous.
200.
This is the first podcast in Dmac. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
first live podcast.
Why can't this become a thing? Probably because no one listens to podcasts. However, there are over 1 million different podcast platforms out there. Y'all can check them out. I know, but like where I'm from, there's so many horses. You're like, what did your uncle say? Well, I don't know what a podcast is, but good luck. So I was like, well, you know what? I feel like I could buy that man a beer. I could sit down with him about a fire for a whole night and have a good fucking time. But so with the ups and downs of the podcast, we have more than 200. You know what I'm saying? But these are the ones that we actually have put out. We have episodes we have never released.
Oh yeah, because it's
plenty.
definitely like big shout out to Zane because he's, you know, making our audio a hell of a lot better. But some of the older episodes, when I started doing some of the edits and stuff, and it'd be like, you know, explicit, and just minutes. Then some of the episodes turn into hours of just some of the most raunchiest stuff that no one should ever hear on
Controversy.
None.
Me and Joe got in a fight one night.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
We almost lost a friendship over just being
Not just
too
you
drunk.
and Joe, you and T sometimes would argue, Joe and T. But most of the time, you and T and you and Joe had that one big fight on an episode.
It was a big fight.
And that episode
It was
didn't
a
get
very
aired.
big fight.
But
I'm not proud of that.
hey, that's trial and error, though. You can't, you know, it's the overcoming something, you know. You can be presented with a problem, but it takes yourself to say, okay, I need to fix this. And you got to fix it sometimes. And, you know, we took a couple of days off, and it's like, when are we doing the next episode?
It's
What's
also
going on
He's
next
like, look,
Saturday?
man, I'm sorry. Do I take it back? Do you say sorry too? You have, you know, so like we have to meet in the middle with that one. We did meet in the middle. We respect each other.
Yes.
I love
There
you.
was a lot of immaturity in the very beginning of
there was a lot of more
of the gathering.
a lot more butthole jokes back in the day,
and a lot of alcohol involved too.
yeah.
And that brings me up. We've been recently doing videos and, you know, getting our YouTube going for, I think, 2 months now. But I'm going back and doing screen recordings of the older episodes where we don't have video content and doing the auto captions in it. And, man, I have ran across so many butthole topics that it should be a shame. Like, one of the episodes was about perineum or something, and I was like,
the
where
perineum?
were we at that time? Where the wormholes? And
Well, maybe that's why Terrence left, because he realized that he fucked up.
it was like, I can't. I unleashed these monsters into the world, the audio world.
Couldn't do it anymore.
But we've progressed, and here recently, since Cleve joined and Kobi is off fishing for months at a time.
I don't fish. I work on a vessel.
Fishing, in my opinion, taking a nice break. But we've dove in some really good topics, real content-based topics, and it's been fun.
Right.
And, you know, stepping away and doing like the debauchery episodes is always fun too. And some of the interviews that the people we've got to talk to recently, I had brought it up a while ago, but we did get to interview Mr. Randy Jackson of Zebra, Louisiana Hall of Famer.
And Rhode Island.
Yeah. And in Rhode Island,
Don't forget Rhode Island, because they're
that's where they live too now, or something. But we've had artists from all over the world send us music. Here recently, Ex Honor from Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Switzerland.
Ex Honor, yeah.
Yes, Honor.
Real heavy stuff, but that's what's cool about our show is we can talk, and then here's a cool artist that we jam, and it gives everybody a great platform to come on and be a part of it. So it goes out for everybody out there. And Dmac, if you ain't already been a part of the show, you're welcome to come join us. We got 4 mics. I know Mr. Donnie's been on it. Chuck's been on like 10 episodes.
Hell yeah.
And New Orleans.
I want to go ahead and I just want to say I'm very proud of you for the amount of footwork you've done for like the past couple of years in the podcast. You've really taken off with it, and I've kind of let you. I just step back from it and let you just gain the knowledge of you're teaching me shit now that I don't.
I like how you're wording that, gain the knowledge.
Yeah,
like here you go,
Joe. You're
Joe.
doing shit that I don't know how to do now. So I'm like, all right, what's up, motherfucker? What's that do? Nah, fuck that, dude. Nah, we don't need it. No, we do need it. But Joe's gotten so many interviews from across the world that I would never had the audacity to even ask. Like, we have Canadian listeners. So if Canadians like us, yeah, we're doing pretty good, right? They're the nicest people on the planet.
Allegedly.
Oh, well,
I was waiting for that, too. That's another thing.
I mean,
that was a bad...
you have to be sweet if you got a pine cone for a heart, right? But, I digress. Bad joke.
Oh, Will.
Oh, you handsome devil, you! That's right. Sit down, Daddy. Let me talk to you, real nice and sensual like. But guys, this is a big pinnacle moment for all of us, dude. And I'm glad to have gotten this far with y'all.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun ride.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I enjoyed the ride here, setting up, getting a taste of that New Orleans vibe. And I have a question for both of you, actually.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm probably sure y'all wasn't expecting this, but
no.
What's your favorite thing about being in New Orleans? It could be past, present.
My favorite thing about coming to New Orleans every time is when I see the mothership as we come across the horizon. I see the mothership sitting there in all of its glory. And it's just the New Orleans Superdome. It's like one of the greatest things, because I've been a Saints fan since I was a kid. And every time the inside of me is like, who that? Who that gonna beat them? Saying I don't even gotta say it. It's just like a little chant inside my body when I see it. That's my favorite thing anyway.
This is my Sin City. This is where I come to lose myself and maybe make a friend I shouldn't have befriended, I don't come for the food. It's primarily for the people and the atmosphere. It's a different. I don't want to say vibe. It's not fuck the vibe. It is just. It's a different world. New Orleans is a different world, and you have to just literally just put yourself in it to get more out of it. So every time I come here, I just like. I want to get here as soon as I can. Except it took us 6 hours to get here today. I wanted to get here. I wanted to get here so.
Shut up!
Shut the fuck up! It was my fault. But I love this city with all my heart. And every time I come here, I just have to like I could move here. I could live here. This is the rest of my life, And it's just I think the people is what make it for me. What about you, Cleve?
Yeah, I was going to say that New Orleans is like a very diverse place for me, being that I've come here more than I can count on my hands and feet. Some trips with you. One of my last trip here with you was me, you, and Corey. And you had bought that painting. It had the bullet. Yeah, it had the bullet shot in the paint.
Still got it.
You still got it?
Still got it.
But yeah, like spending time on Bourbon, Independence, like seeing the different places. I know you say you don't really care about the food and stuff, but just all my times of coming here, I've seen different things. And just one thing I've seen that this place has like in common is, you know, the people are diverse. You know, a lot of it, you know, being that we're from Oakdale is very shrewd, like a very shrewd view or shallow-minded almost, whereas people here are open-minded. Like, you know, people kind of express art, they express culture, they share things amongst one another. A lot of that we never had back home. Granted that we did have a lot of talent that comes from Oakdale in different forms, whereas if it's basketball, football, music, you know, it's like
some damn good music, by the way. For those, you know, if you don't know, you will know.
Yeah, got some music lovers up here on the stage, and just coming here and just each time I visit New Orleans, like I get like a new thing from it, and you know, it's just like again, like right now we're sitting on the stage in front of a crowd,
mid-city, baby,
doing what we do best, and it feels really good. You know, it's just Joe was counting down the days, so I told him,
oh, yeah, I was struggling at work. I was at work Thursday, and as soon as I got to work, I was like, 7 hours and 55 minutes till I leave this motherfucker.
You're counting down the minutes?
Yeah, I was the minutes to the T, but got 4 days off, and time to kick up and relax a little bit. And I don't know, we worked really hard to get to 200 episodes, going in every week, doing a show episode, getting an artist on the show, whether it's some music, just even getting an artist to send a bio with their music.
That is so hard to get from.
They're
artists.
like, yeah, you can play your music on. You can play our music on your podcast. Okay, can you send us a bio while we can, you know, better help you? And it's like dead silence.
Maybe they're just shitty people and they don't want us to know about them. I'm like, nah, dude, just take the music, but don't get to know me. I'm like, all right, fuck you. So that's fine, you know. Like it's easy, I guess.
Yeah, that's when you go to add those special fillers for the artists. Like you got to listen to their music and, you know, kind of get a grab of what they're producing in a sense.
It's just like, fuck them.
Or fuck them.
Fuck
you know.
I knew y'all had that in y'all.
Oh,
I thought it was going to take a little less time for y'all to get to that.
No. So like a lot of the things we say and do on this show are like running jokes, like the alleged I digress. And the newest one is fuck them. And that's Cleveland's. So you coined your own. I'm proud of you. You know, you're growing up.
I mean, I gotta put a foot marker somewhere. You know, it has to be somewhere before.
Very appropriate. Very appropriate.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna turn this podcast into. I don't know what to expect right now, but this is our first interview with someone from this type of class here. So he runs the New Orleans Comedy House. He started Hell Yeah Fest, and he's played 75 plus shows. So I need to get Mr. Chris Trew up here and hopefully make a friend, maybe an enemy.
Yeah.
What's up, Bubba?
What's up, Chris?
What's happening?
This is your first podcast?
No. But
all right.
Sorry.
No.
But it's my first.
I was just gonna say sorry.
It's my first podcast like this. It's my first podcast where, like, to me, the stars of the show are y'all. 200 episodes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
How many buttholes out of the 200 episodes?
Probably 1,000.
Dude. If I had $1 for every butthole,
probably 200,000.
I wouldn't have to go to work offshore.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot, dude.
When y'all first asked me to do this, I was like, let me do some research. And really, all I got was butthole.
See, that's the early ones. Well, I appreciate you going back and doing your homework.
Not a problem. Yeah. Not a problem.
It really hits home. See, you are a good person.
I can be a good person, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, you're a good person. No, you're a good person. Damn it, man. So with improv, it's something that's always been in the back of my head because I like to think that I could have a good joke, but whenever I try to sell it, I end up broke. I don't get nothing out of it. So how does the fuck you get into improv and why improv? Because that shit's hard as fuck.
Well, I think improv is more like a state of mind in terms of like how you treat people and being a good listener and just like staying in the moment and not being, not being obsessed with a specific outcome. It's just like, I'm going to be a good communicator. I'm going to go with the flow, and I'm not going to overthink things. That's mostly what improv is like. The different forms of it. A lot of people think about whose line is it anyway, which is like,
yeah.
I grew up on that.
Which is like that's one type of improv. But to me, improv is more like being a good listener, making other people look good, and keeping conversations going.
Like cue, like knowing when to like get in there. You know what I'm saying?
like a butthole.
Like a butthole.
Okay.
Improv is just like buttholes.
Improv is like a butthole. Everybody has one, and when they try to do it, it's dirty. And everyone needs to wipe.
Would you say
and my butthole is sad after taking a dump here at Dmac.
This podcast is sponsored by wiping.
Sponsored by a verb.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
It could be worse. It could be worse, man.
Being that you got into improv, how long have you been doing how long have you been doing comedy in total? From the idea to now?
Almost 20 years.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
Get the fuck. You look good, dude.
Yeah.
You have all your hair.
I do. It's because this is my first alcoholic beverage right here.
Fucking cheers, man.
I'm just kidding. It's not. But
every time I meet someone that's older than me that has luscious long hair, I'm always so jealous because my hair is on the in and out. It's about time, and I'm roping it in as best as I can. But now I got to sit across the table. You're 42.
Wait, how old are you?
33.
33. Okay, so you're like my country little brother.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, you got a big luscious beard going on too. I got to catch up on the race.
I can't lie. I did hit it with the oil today because I knew I would be here. So I did get. It got the treatment, the VIP treatment.
The oil or
today.
the balm?
I use oil. I use balm. I use coconut.
Hit it.
I pray.
Hit it. Don't quit it, baby. Get it. Like I said, get in there.
Yeah.
I respect you.
What's going on with this beard?
Fuck you, dude. Like,
okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's like the only thing I have left of like my masculinity because, like, as you can tell,
Well, this is the most masculine thing about me, to be honest. I can't fix anything. I don't know how to. I can't change a flat tire. I can't fish. I can't do anything. But I got this.
Did you feel better, Kobi? I see you moved back up the hat.
Fuck you, dude. Yes, I don't have hair. Yes, I can grow a beard. Yes, I keep a mustache and this thing constantly that will remind myself I was redheaded. Okay? Fuck you.
Oh, what? Hey, my bad.
Whenever you see his bald head, do you ever say, "Who dat?"
I will now.
I thought you were describing the Superdome earlier. Maybe you were describing his head.
Oh, well, Kobi, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, friends all over the place.
Motherfuckers. All right.
Hey, that's what about being being a friend is. You got to, joke at your friends because it shows that you love them.
If you're going to talk shit, you got to be able to take shit.
Yeah.
And that's something with the podcasts I watch, right? And like the things that I'm into, you gotta in the work industry that we're all in, you gotta, if you're gonna talk some shit, you better be able to take some shit.
Yeah, like my man back here, my dad, who gave me a ride here today.
Hot dog. When
the show started, he was talking a lot of shit, and I think he's taking a nap right now.
Hell
For
yeah.
real, is he okay? I kind of feel like I have to check in. Is he okay?
Oh, he's rock solid.
He's good. We got a thumbs up from a complete stranger.
We're gonna give him some merchandise.
From a non-medically educated complete stranger. He's okay.
Hey, he'll be all right.
I saw someone walk in off the street and just hand him 4 beers and then leave. I saw that earlier.
Can I get this guy?
Hey, that's service right there.
I want to see his tab. I'm just glad he's okay.
It's not your dad, right?
It is not my dad. My dad...
I was really hoping it would.
No, my dad would not come support me doing art. My dad would wonder why I dropped out of LSU after 5 years.
Is this what you do now?
That's an unfair roast on Mike Trew. My dad is super supportive, super kind. It just is a good joke to pretend like your parents hate what you do. I feel bad that I said that.
You know what? What I think
Dad.
my best joke is?
Say what?
You know what I think my best joke is?
Okay, give it to me. I'm terrified, by the way.
So we just got off the whole thing about the hairline. Well, I have the hairline because my mom fucked the wrong guy. She fucked Garth Brooks.
Oh,
And whenever the old Garth Brooks, not now Garth Brooks.
yeah, Rope in the Wind, Garth Brooks.
Thunder rolls Garth Brooks.
Dude, and the lightning motherfucking strikes, Daddy.
Iconic. Very
Jesus.
iconic. However, relative. Mama could have did better because Mama's a superhero. Shout out Mama.
Yeah, shout out
But-
Pam.
Yes. Hey.
I didn't even have to say it.
I'm going to say it.
Shout out Pam.
Hey, I love that woman.
That's a good one.
She's such a beautiful soul.
You said you love
A
a
blessing on
woman?
the earth.
No, that woman.
Oh, that
No,
woman.
that woman.
Okay.
Mom.
Well, that is a woman, but okay, I get it.
Oh, she bad too. Bad.
And so I grew up in the New Orleans area, grew up listening to hip hop music, but those Garth Brooks album covers made me, I asked my mom to take me to like the Clearview shopping center to buy Garth Brooks outfits, even though I grew up listening to rap music. Garth Brooks fucked me up.
Did you ever want one of the shirts? Like you go to like a Wrangler store, they had like the
Rhinestone? The Rhinestone?
the
shirt?
rhinestone pearl snap fucking. It says Wrangler right here. I'm like, holy shit. That motherfucker, don't know if he can change a tire, but he sure as hell looks like he can.
Mm-hmm. Preach, sister. I know.
I'm gonna get you a fucking Wrangler shirt.
Okay. I'll pretend to like it. I'll say thank you.
Touche. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so tell me more about Hellfest, man.
Hell Yes Fest.
Hell
So-
Yes Fest, that's it. Yeah.
Hell Yes Fest is a comedy festival I started about, 10 years ago, because this November is the 10-year anniversary of Hell Yes
Fuck
Fest.
yeah, man.
Yes, thank you. Yes. It has, something that is cool about it is that, to me, is that it has never been the same festival twice. You know, like some years I'm like, taking submissions from comedians all over the world. Some years I'm like, no, I'm only inviting people. Some years it's only local. Some years it's only headliners. So every year is a little bit different. And this year I opened it up to submissions, and I've already I had more submissions than any other festival I've ever done in my entire life. So there's like hundreds of comedians who are trying to come to New Orleans because of the New Orleans comedy scene, because of New Orleans, and it's a very sweet thing.
It sounds like you've been putting in a lot of hard work over there.
So far putting in some. It's gonna start heating up in a minute because it's May, the end of May right now. It's not really a full-time job at this point organizing the festival, but it's about to be. It's about to be.
You headline the festival. Like, do you do some acts yourself along with the other comedians?
Like me personally?
Yeah.
I do less because I'm more, putting on a festival like that is more like putting out the fires as they are happening.
Okay.
Hopefully not an actual fire, but like shit happens.
Right.
But during the festival, I do less shows, but I try and like host, MC party type shows, but I'm not going up and doing a regular set.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask about you? Like, whenever you do a set, what are some topics that you usually grab for whenever you approach the audience with your comedy? Like some comics do dark comedy. I love dark comedy, but
I'm very similar to the way y'all described your podcast. I don't really talk about politics. It's just really uninteresting to me.
Boring as fuck.
Super boring.
Yeah.
No offense. It's no offense to the president.
Got him.
Yeah, it's very reaction to like the moment. Like I would prefer to have no set list. Like an old comedy trick is that your set list is your backup plan. So it's like I'm only doing these jokes if nothing else is happening in the moment. Because ideally, something else is happening in the moment that everyone can recognize is being created spontaneously. So the set is the backup plan.
Got you.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Like
It's like this, it's like if you had like a flow chart here of this conversation, it would really prevent us from going off on tangents and following weird buttholes. We would not have met my father earlier. I've actually never met my father. No, I'm just kidding. My dad. I'm in the weeds now with my dad. My dad is in Covington. He waters plants downtown.
Hell yeah.
And he fucks the shit out of Christy Trew.
Yeah.
My mom. That's my mom.
Okay.
Well,
That's my mom.
I was super
good for him.
excited.
I'm super proud he made you too. They made you.
I'm supporting, yelling. Yes,
Dude, I got made on the beach somewhere in Florida.
hot dog.
My parents boned in sand and made me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Man, no wonder where you get that personality from, man. You're shining bright right now.
Okay.
You're pretty livid with the way you speak. So.
Beach
Surprised
creature.
you're not bald.
Surprised I'm not bald. My dad is super bald. I
Really?
don't know what's going on.
I just wish I had hair.
Okay.
I miss
Well,
having hair.
sorry,
this is a
buddy.
sad subject now. I'm all like heartbroken.
Nothing we can damn do about
Pieces
it.
of shit. Everybody
your
here
toothbrush
is
at
glorious
you,
hair.
Yeah.
So, who's your biggest inspiration you draw from?
I am really inspired by people who are like doing their own thing, who have struck out on their own. For example, born and raised New Orleans area, right?
Fuck yeah.
When it became time to be like, oh, if I'm serious about comedy, I got to move to LA or Chicago or New York. And I never wanted to do that. And I like people who have done similar things where it's like, I mean, these are some old school, maybe weird niche examples, but like there's this old MTV show called Syphil and Ollie that was like sock puppet sketch comedy. It must have cost, it was the cheapest show I've ever seen in my life, but someone told those dudes they can't do that. And they said, fuck it, and still did it. And I just love stuff like that. I love when people like make names for themselves or pursue what they want to do on their own terms. So that's not a sexy answer like, I like Burt Reynolds or whatever. But I like people who are like that. People who are like, oh, I'm doing what I love. I do what I want to do where I want to be. You know?
Do you like Burt Reynolds?
I think his stand-up is garbage, but I think he's fucking cute as shit.
Ooh, come on, daddy. Yeah, old school.
You would kill to have an inch of Burt Reynolds mustache.
Motherfucker,
on you.
I would kill to have an inch of anything. Just
Give it here.
yes, yes, man. God damn it! This is fun. This is the way here. Yes, it took us over 6 hours to get here today.
6.5.
6.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I learn more about this? Actually,
Oh, God.
There was Honda Civics passing
Honda
us.
Civics.
Grandmas flipping
Vans.
Kobi off.
Yeah,
so
it
is
was
something
sad.
wrong with the vehicle?
No, it's a brand new car.
Brand new car.
Nice
We just
car.
got Grandpa
Fucking
driving.
dope ass car.
So, like, was it like a Paul Wall drive slow type of situation?
It's like paranoia
Okay.
and not getting out of the country enough. And then traffic hit at fucking Baton Rouge, and then we had to like get away from it. And we got back in it, and we're like, "Oh, we did a good thing together." And then we fucked it up again, and then we got out of it, and then we got back into it. And like, I'm still scared to speed, and so as these wonderful pieces of shit, you're just like, mock me.
You're the only person I know that listens to heavy metal for 5 hours in a vehicle and drives the speed limit.
I'm centered, okay.
I was so relieved to get out and like have a moment of silence, and then it dawned on me. It's like you drove the speed limit while listening to some of the heaviest metal I've heard in years. And I like heavy metal, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about like,
Dude, What would
5
happen?
hours straight.
What would happen if y'all were cranking like Enya or like some classical music?
I actually played some Sade.
Yeah, he started off
Did he-
with Sade.
Did he drive faster?
What? No, he played one song and then went right back to heavy metal.
It was on shuffle. It's between gangster hip hop and tech death and Sade.
And just
Like,
one.
check this out.
Just one song.
You
Fucking
know,
5
intermission.
hours of metal.
it was. Yeah, it's a lot.
Going under the speed limit in some places.
Look, man.
Oh, yeah, he
I
did
think
go
he
on
got
speed.
flipped off by a driver, actually.
And an
Like
old
they was hitting
lady.
their vape, like Zane spotted it. Like they were hitting their vape and they just kind of like, did the thing where they curl their hair. But
All right, look.
Yeah, they were looking at you.
We got here safe. We got here a couple of hours later, but we got here safe. And look how much fun we're having, Like it's fuck you.
I'm glad y'all. You know what?
Fuck
I'm glad y'all made it safe.
Thank
I'm glad
you.
you
Thank
made it
you,
safe
sir.
because I would have had to do this podcast by myself. No
you'd have
one's
just
here
been
to
doing
see
stand-up.
me.
There
This was
wouldn't have been
supposed to
any
be
podcast.
Third Coast. We are still technically Third Coast
Yeah,
in a podcast.
I think so.
You ever thought about doing a podcast yourself?
I've done a few podcasts. I used to have a big sports podcast down here.
See, this is what this is supposed to fucking be. Like a
Okay.
music review, sports. I'm just like, he asked me, I'm like, dude, you're fucked because I don't know shit about the Saints. I don't know. I'm Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. Who was the guy from Atlanta Braves, the shortstop in like '96?
Chipper Jones?
Burt Reynolds.
Chipper Jones. Yeah, Chipper Jones. That's all my fucking sports knowledge. Oh, Tiger Woods, because he's the only golf
Well,
player
dude.
I've ever heard of.
And they chose you over that idea. That's gotta feel sweet because that they wanted. If the idea was really, if they were really into that, they would have said this dude is not the dude because he doesn't know what we need him to know. Instead, they said we want him.
And Scottie Pippen,
Okay,
33 of the Bulls.
Scottie Pippen looks rough these days.
I
by
haven't
the way.
seen it, really?
My guy's face is stretched out like a Da Vinci painting. My guy's face is drooping, big time drooping.
I'm going to have to search this after
Yeah,
the
look
show.
it up. Look it up.
That's definitely going in the Google search.
Yeah, that's like for sure.
I'm gonna check that out after the show.
Dennis Rodman gonna be okay?
But,
Yeah.
So you're a sports fan.
I'm a big sports guy, big New Orleans sports guy specifically. What's up, my man? Yes. I did a very niche New Orleans sports podcast for a couple years. I stopped doing it because the Pelicans asked me to do the podcast for them.
Whoa.
So then I stopped doing my podcast, did it with them because this is like 2017, 18 when there are not really a lot of Pelicans fans. There's not a lot of action going on fan content wise.
Okay.
And they told me, they were like, we need more people like you. We need like a fan centered podcast. And then a few months later, they got Zion, and they did not need me anymore, and I stopped.
Damn the
Yeah.
man.
And
You know
how's
what?
that worked out for him?
Fuck them.
Well, yeah,
Fuck.
not
Yeah,
great.
not too well.
But I still have a lot of. I mean, the team. If it says New Orleans in the jersey, I'm probably supporting it. I'm into it. I like
Hell
sports.
yeah.
I like sports.
I wish
Got
we
one
could
hour.
hire a team.
Go Pels. Go Pels. I've gotten, you know what, the last time I was talking about the Pelicans in a bar like this, I was arguing with somebody at some comedy festival about why the Pelicans are actually the best named team, not just in basketball, but all of professional sports. I think the Pelicans is the most relevant brand in all of pro sports. Grill me. Let's go. Let's go.
It's a
Why
very
is it? 'Cause of the
majestic creature.
authenticity?
It's relative. It's a majestic creature. It's relative. So
Relevant.
relevant. Yeah.
State
relevant.
bird, very symbolic of all the things New Orleans has gone through. The brown pelican, nearly extinct. New Orleans, sorry, nearly extinct. Both, resilient as can be. I mean, it goes on and on. I love the Pelicans as a brand.
But what about whenever we used to be the Jazz? That was relevant.
Of course, but a very
the-
cheap man sold the Jazz, moved the Jazz to Salt Lake City, and was so cheap they didn't want to buy new jerseys because back then the jerseys did not have the city names on them; it just had the team names. And so they did not have to buy new jerseys because they could just keep them. So they just kept the Jazz up there.
That's fucked.
Well, I never
I
knew
didn't know that. Yeah. Well, what was the hockey team New Orleans had back
The Brass.
The Brass. See, that's another one.
Brass is a really good brand.
Those jerseys, you're gonna pay for those motherfuckers.
Those jerseys are.
I've been trying the ice skaters out of
Baton Rouge or Lafayette.
I've had like 2 of them on my eye for like 6 months now on eBay. It's still like $300 fucking dollars, but man, I want that motherfucker so bad because back in the day. So we're more closer centralized in, the belly button of this glorious state. The closest city to us is Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have the Alexandria Warthogs. And I just want all these fucking
sexy
old jerseys. But they're so fucking expensive, man.
Dude, I tell you what, though. If you can get one of those old school minor league hockey jerseys, you will get fucked constantly.
Come on.
People are really attracted to men wearing old minor league hockey jerseys.
Dude, we're buying hockey jerseys.
I mean,
like
the pussy, the butthole, flowing.
I have a Discover card.
Well,
charge it to the game, baby. Bucket.
You gotta go check Amazon out after this.
That's eBay. All eBay.
What? It's only on eBay?
So aside from comedy, well, what do you do? What do you do aside from comedy, man? Like, is it just running the venue your deal, or? Yeah,
I mean that's the gig. I run the comedy club here in New Orleans. It's called Comedy House. So I run the calendar there. I mentor comedians. I create shows. I book the shows. Make sure they happen.
You like workshops and shit like that too.
Yeah. Awesome. I basically create shows and then plug people into them, and just so people can stretch creatively. So that they're not just only doing their 10-minute set over and over again.
How often is the place open?
We are open every night but Tuesday.
Every night. Why not Tuesday?
We're growing, baby. We're growing.
I'm sorry.
We're growing. Get off my back,
fucking
man.
Tuesday's the shit, bro.
I love a Tuesday.
I fucking love Tuesday too.
You can't have one day off.
One of my favorite days of the week is Tuesday.
Let's power rank the days.
Ooh,
Tuesday. There's 2 days in Tuesday.
Conversation over.
No, Tuesday's the worst day.
What day is?
Tuesday's the worst day.
Jesus Christ, you guys got to get in the same goddamn page here.
Look, no. Look, you take this back. Okay, Monday's the start of the week. Wednesday's the middle of the week. Thursday is almost Friday. Friday is Friday. Saturday is Saturday's for the boys, and then Sunday's rest day, and then Monday's back to the grind or work. But Tuesday, what is Tuesday?
Dude, that's a really compelling argument, man.
No,
what Tuesday. Who celebrates Tuesdays?
Tuesday is recovery because y'all remember Marathon Monday.
No, that was something that you used to want to do all the time.
We used to do it.
You used to rope me into it.
And then there's Taco
Marathon Monday.
Oh,
as soon as you wake up,
Tuesday.
get after
Tuesday.
it.
But what about, okay, so we were talking in a very generic, broad strokes way. We are in a iconic, open all night, goddamn day dive bar. Think about the people whose days are out of whack, air quotes, from normal people, air quotes. The kind of people who were like, well, I work all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so Monday is my Friday. Tuesday is my Saturday. What about these people?
Fuck them.
Okay, great. Next topic.
Fuck. All right,
That's
valid
true.
point. All right, sorry. Shit.
That's a good point too.
All right.
You got to excuse us though, because where
Our
we
Mardi
come
Gras.
from, Mardi Gras is it is non-existent.
It's not festival.
Non-existent in Oakdale, Louisiana.
This is Mecca Festival. Everywhere else, these different people. You guys are the best people. Those people are bad people.
Can I learn more about Oakdale right now?
What is there to learn about Oakdale?
What do you want to know?
There's lots of pine trees.
Okay, I love learning about towns like that from people who seem like they both enjoy being there because they're still there, but also seem like they would like outgrow it and want to go do something else. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean, to me, it's compelling. Like why? What is keeping y'all in Oakdale? What's the love like? And I'm asking that out of like actual curiosity, not like challenging you.
My personal take on that is I can't pull out, so I have 4 kids. and I like to be with my kids. And,
He is anchored.
That's my home. So I like, raising my kids and stuff like that. And Oakdale's got its ups and downs, but it is, our home and is where I was raised. So I guess I feel comfortable there raising my Bambinos.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. That's really cool. What about you, Cleve?
Yeah, it's probably the same thing could pull out.
We mean probably the same thing?
Yeah, it's not no probably. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, she's still here. But anyways, just it's. I like I've lived in the city before. Like I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Colorado.
Those are states, by the way.
Well, yeah. Well, for the record, but yeah, like I've lived those places. Just like living in those states and then moving back home. Like I guess just the quiet. Like I like that it's quiet. It's not too noisy. Things are simple.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, let me be super clear. I think it's really charming and interesting when people who do cool shit like y'all on this podcast and by the way, you're doing the shit out of it. 200 episodes is like no joke.
Thank you so much.
I think people assume that you can't do those types of things in smaller towns, and I think it's fucking awesome that y'all are doing that, and that to me, I mean, and yeah, it's just really interesting to me is all. And I hope that I'm self-conscious right now. I hope that doesn't sound like it's a look at y'all do your. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I think it's legit. As someone who has gotten a lot of shit for never leaving New Orleans, like all of my comedy peers when I was coming up 20 years, none of them stayed here. All of them were like, "You're an idiot staying in New Orleans. People there don't want to support comedy."
That's a lot of what it's like back home. Like even we do the podcast. It's just people don't really know what it is. It's like people ask us all the time, like, well, "What is the podcast? What is the podcast about?" And just even with doing this, it just goes between like Joe, Kobi, even Terrence. Like we just wanted something to do.
It's like getting out of the norm of like just like your regular societal like, yeah, I like to make music, or like fuck. I don't know anybody else who does a podcast, honestly. Like I mean, I do, but because of being a part of this now, but so we're trying to just keep it weird a little bit, like.
I think it's incredible, and I love like the festival, the Fête de Void festival that's out there.
Yeah,
it's like. Stuff like that, and this is like that's so fucking cool. That is so fucking cool,
and it's been such a helpful driving force also to be welcomed into the Void family, and just we're constantly every year creating a bigger circle of family of friends, and just interconnectivity. Experiences like, hey man, I love what you're doing. Fuck, I love what you're doing. Shit, let's hang out, and then we end up getting drunk and doing a podcast.
Yeah. So, like, speaking of which, has anyone like been like who's following y'all in your hometown or in the area? Are any of them coming up to you and like, we want to do that? We want to start a podcast. Are y'all seeing that happen?
No,
yet?
They just want to get on the podcast.
They just want to join the show.
But that's going to be part of it. I mean, y'all are going to y'all are blazing a trail in a way, and some people behind you are going to be like, I want to do a podcast, and then suddenly it's like, is this like a sneaky creative hub that people like are underestimating?
I think people just feel intimidated by talking.
And we
still get caught up in our own shit, but we've come a long way with talking. Used to, I was super interruptive, and I would just say bad words all the time. I would say a lot of bad words. I should say.
Used to.
I have not said the B word this whole time. Okay.
Good job.
Butthole? You've been saying butthole.
No, I haven't said bitch this whole time. And there's nothing derogative. No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Except for now.
I'm a good person, allegedly. So, but a lot of people are intimidated and they don't know how to speak in flow or no cue. Like they like the idea of it, but when they get there, there's like some people just like clam up, or like when you ask them a direct question, they're just like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Fucking flow off that shit, dude. Talk about buttholes, you know." Yeah. That's just what we do, and we've like grown in just not charisma and character, but just and better friends because we almost lost a friendship fuck you, Joe.
Hey, it takes trial and error too.
It really
it's not
does.
like we come up here and we've done 200 episodes perfectly clear, perfectly easy. Everything went right.
Ask Zane. He knows.
No,
it's not perfect.
There's scrapped episodes. There's arguments. There's a lot of learning how to talk to somebody else and being able to fill their dead spots and let them, vent and talk and understand when it's your turn to talk. Because a lot of times people, you can learn anything you want from someone if you shut up and just listen. Yep. And that's one of the biggest, just listen to somebody. You can learn anything you want because everybody wants to talk, but not everybody has an ear that wants to listen to them talk.
That's exactly what I teach people in my improv classes, whether it's to someone who wants to do comedy or someone who just wants to work out their creative muscles, or sometimes a company will bring me in.
Skill,
a company will bring me in and be like, do a team building things.
Yeah.
It's all about that. It's all about being an active listener, making other people look good, and really being not only okay with failure, whatever failure means, but just like holding all your ideas with like an open fist. So it's like you can't hold your ideas like this. Like this podcast has to go with this exact way, otherwise I'm going to be pissed. You have to be like this, like open-minded, rolling with the punches, whatever.
I think though, like the big thing that like podcast has taught me is moderation. Everything from alcohol to the conversation, moderation. Like, just, take it easy. We'll get there. And once it's over, let's talk some more, or let's drink some more, It's been a fucking crazy time, dude. It's been fucking rough sometimes.
Oh, yeah. It has got rough. But, big shout out to Greg, Chuck, and everybody that
Larry's Lounge, Holly Rock,
make this happen.
Dmac for having us. Shout out to Zane. Shout out Chuck. I love you guys. Shout out fucking Chris, dude. Thank you for coming through with this.
Thank you for having me. Is that someone yelling at me?
That was your dad.
Yeah. Hey, before we go, can I pitch one quick thing to y'all live on the spot?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Okay, so I have a goal this year at Hell Yes Fest.
Okay.
I want every comedian who's coming to town, all the comedians in town who are on the festival, is probably going to be like 60, 70-ish. I have a goal to get every single one of them not only on multiple stages in New Orleans, but I want them to each be on someone's podcast.
Oh, wow.
So what I'm doing is I'm booking a couple of podcasts to be a part of the festival to have comedians on their show. Would y'all be willing to chat about that? See what that looks like? Having y'all come back down here in November?
Yeah, most definitely.
Like imagine doing this, but with like 2 or 3 other comedians and like all the people from the festival in town, like some day party stuff.
Is the festival like on the same day each year, or does it change every
It's November 15th through 20th.
Okay.
Well, I got PTO days in September. That's a definite yes for me.
Okay, great. Awesome. So we'll talk about it. Third Coast Hell Yes Fest.
Oh, shit.
Cool. Yes.
No,
I love you.
I'm interested. I already said I was interested.
You're a good person. I don't care what he says about you.
Well, this was a ton of fun. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to chat, and really massive congratulations to y'all. 200 episodes.
I have a question. Let's go ahead and close it out like the old school way. Let's do it with the words of wisdom. Who wants to go?
Ooh, I take charge.
Go ahead, Bo.
This is a little segment we do at the end of each episode where we bring most of the time we ain't got too outlandish, but we try to bring a piece of advice to all of our listeners out there from our point of view. And I guess my words of wisdom would be just love one another and look at everybody in a different light. Don't look at the light that you see. Try to think about how they are and what they're going through, and just be more loving. If we're more loving in this world would be a whole hell of a lot better place.
I guess always endure. When things don't seem clear, whenever you can't see like where you're going, Always keep going. Always keep trying. If you get knocked down, get back up. You know, always be your best motivator, because a lot of the times if you look for it from somewhere else, you probably won't find it. So it's always better to look in the mirror and tell yourself you got this. So always endure no matter what you're up against.
Fuck yeah, man. Put yourself out there. There's something that's been resonating with me for months from a coworker. He constantly tells me the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You put yourself out there, something's gonna happen positively, because like anything negative, you're showing yourself like, oh, I can do this, and someone else is also seeing you like, oh, they can do this, and fuck that, yeah, man. That's all I got today. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Okay. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to say it again. It is a big improv thing, but it's like, be unattached to outcomes. Like, don't go into a situation, whether it's as small as like talking to someone you're attracted to at a bar, or as big as starting a podcast, or as medium, whatever. Just like, don't be attached to something going a specific way, because then you'll get in your head and you will never actually pursue it. So just be unattached to outcomes.
Like complacency will hold you back.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
Like, I was unattached to this going a certain way, and it turns out this was the best experience of my entire goddamn life. You know?
Thank you.
Fuck yeah, I love you, man. I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So we got to end this, Chuck. We got to stop now.
We out.
All right. Well, for Third Coast Podcast, I'm Joe. What it do, Gators?
And it's your host, Cleve. What it do?
I'm Kobi. Tell your mama I said hi. And thank you again, Chris.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Larry's Lounge.
Yeah, thank you,
Holly
guys.
Rock. Thank you, Dmac.
Thank you, Dmac.
This has been awesome. I can't wait to do this again.
It was the third coast, in the dirty coast. You know we